Hello, hello one, hello all. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Oh, and there goes the cat. Cat does not like when I say hello. Hello, Dragon Ruse. I won't ignore you. I'll say hello on this fine day. I'm gonna turn off the AC in here because that's a loud noise we don't need. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let me see if I've got this working correctly now, because this should. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's working. Huzzah! Sweet. Sweet work. Alrighty, let's make sure. Let's make sure everything's off. We got a fun episode today. Real, real fun one today. I guess I should also make sure the live now went out properly, so we can see what's going on. So everyone can join the conversation. We can all come to the escape corner. Welcome one, welcome all. This is, of course, Blaine's escape corner, where we get together and talk about the things that help us escape from some of the tedium of life. You know, some of the boring parts, some of the, my life isn't full of demons that are harassing farmers and such. So let's read about it, because I find that kind of stuff very, very interesting and very fun. So welcome one, welcome all, and big old kampai to you all. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Gotta go to the corner store. Are you going to go pick up milk? Just make sure you come back, sometime in the next 30 years. That'd be nice. Would be real cool. Kids, do you want your dad to come back? Oh, wait. Wait, that didn't come out to the right ear, did it? Did it? Did everybody hear that? There they are. Oh, silly. Oh, so silly. Alrighty. I have encountered exactly what I thought I was today. At work, lurking, listening, thumbed up. Thank you for that. You know, everybody likes a good thumb up. Make sure you thumb up your streamers, folks. They'll appreciate it. We'll get into it a bit more later on as we get into the Chainsaw Man review portion of the show. But that exact thing that I feared I would do, I have now heard from other people. And not just one or two, not just like, one or two people that, maybe said this, maybe said that, but a few people that have read or heard things about the manga who have not read or anything more than the first chapter of Chainsaw Man, or maybe thumbed through the first few pages or saw a couple screen grabs on Reddit, right? Gonna watch Dragon Ball in the cinema? Oh, how exciting, how fun, how stupendous that is. I'm a bit jelly. I do like watching anime in the cinema. Gives me an excuse to eat an entire bucket full of oil and salt, which I love. I'm a huge fan of a bucket of oil and salt. I will OMAD one meal a day when I go to the movie theater, so that I can eat the entire bucket of oil and salt. And then the next day it doesn't really throw my diet off very much. So I have to plan around being at the theater, but I love me a bucket of oil and salt. That is for sure. That is for sure. What have we got going on here? Okay, that's all fine. That's all fine. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad my little live now goes out, but why doesn't it include a link? You know, like at what point? Do I have to add the link on like Restream's end or something? Anyway, I'll have to edit that out as well. We'll have to edit that. We'll have to fix all of this jeebledy-beebedies going on around here. So we'll figure that out in time. But as promised, welcome one, welcome all to Waifu Wednesday. We made it. We made it. Whoop, wrong one. Nope. 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 Yeah, we made it. We made it, everybody. Thank you. Yes, they didn't think we could do it. We made it to another Waifu Wednesday. We get to talk about the top female characters of the season and see who's our favorite. You got to put the M&Ms in the buttery popcorn and drink a liter of corn syrup. I have witnessed other humans that put candy into their popcorn and such abominations I know to exist, but why? Now, the liter of corn syrup, you forget. You can always get a liter of diet corn syrup, where it's a chemically lab-created corn syrup that's not as corny for your body. And technically, better? Air quotes, better? Better for you? We'll see. We'll see if it truly is better at the end of the day. Alrighty. What do we want to start with? You want to start with our top 10 list, or we want to start with some news? Probably start with some news, right? Welcome to the news. What is this, Keemstar? Let's get right into the news. Today's anime news brought to you by Anime News Network and Anime Senpai. How about news? Perfect. I'm glad I said news then. Netflix is going to add 13 anime titles in a Nippon TV deal. Can't spell diet without die, as in you'd rather die than drink that trash. You're not wrong, and I hate the fact that the term diet, which literally just means whatever you put in your mouth, now means like food that's healthier for you in this weird future that we're in. It's like, nah, it's all part of your diet if you're talking about it, but why do we say it's a diet drink? I don't get it. It's like, yeah, I put it in my mouth. It's part of my diet. Any drink is diet now. Get out of here, goofballs. All right, Netflix is adding Hunter x Hunter Ouran High School Host Club Claymore on September 1st. What's up, drama? What's up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Oh, we'll have to find an anime version of that we can parody. All right, Nippon TV announced on Monday that it has entered a partnership with Netflix, which will add 13 of Nippon TV's anime titles to the streaming platform. Netflix will add the first 38 episodes of the 2011 Hunter x Hunter TV anime in 104 countries, Ouran Host Club in 190 countries, and Claymore in 136. And then these following titles will come on a later date. Death Note Relight 1, Relight 2, From Me to You, okay, nice, From Me to You second season. The 97 Berserk is coming to Netflix! Somebody call the lolly! I got, hold on. Hold on, I gotta notify the great lolly, the almighty one, at all Netflix will soon have 97 Berserk, according to what is this? ANN. Boom. Tweet. Just gotta keep myself relevant to the world, you know. Parasite the Maxim, Nana, Hajime no Ippo, the fighting monster. Monster's good. I'm excited to hear about Monster. 97 coming back. It'll be your first time watching it. It's good. It's good. It's Golden Age, right? So like it's not the beginning manga wise, but it's like a beginning from what a lot of people say, like start here, because people do that whole thing where they're like, skip these chapters and read these chapters and then go back and read those chapters and then skip ahead again, and it's like, just read it, just read what it comes out in. But back when they were animating it in 97, they went straight to the Golden Age arc. So pretty sure. Not crazy, right? I'm not crazy. Hold on. Hold on. 99 Berserk anime. Other media. No. Hold on. Plot. This is the actual plot. Yeah, it's all Golden Age arc. I got it right. I knew it. I'm a smarty boy. Anyway, Monster is the real sleeper here. Wayman, that shirt ain't better than mine. Are you kidding? This shirt is covered in all of the Zodiac characters from Fruits Basket. Ain't better than yours. Get out of here. You got some flour. You got some flour. I've got flowers. Wait, I have this sleeve. I've got flowers, and I have little cows and butterflies and birds and other flour. Look at this. Look how much flowers. And there's a monkey right here acting like he got some kind of shirt supremacy because some poor sweatshop was able to print some flowers all over. It's basically the Weeb edition. What did you expect? Did you expect it? I can go trade it out for the one that's covered in little Japanese cats, little maneki nekos. I can change it out for the one that's covered in corn dogs. I can change it out for the one covered in bunnies and cabbage. My shirt has monkeypox. Yeah, it's sort of like how you have to get chickenpox in order to be immune to chickenpox. You wear a monkeypox piece of clothing, and it keeps the monkeypox at bay. The monkeypox doesn't come for you. Right. E-I-E-I-O. Pop culture. Anyway. Yours has 2 cans? Wow, mine only has 1 can. Jeez. How can you have 2 cans? There we go. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ain't a word even though it's in the dictionary? Are you sure? I think ain't's a word. I think we made it a word. I'm officially a boogaloo boy. Oh man. I am not a boogaloo boy. I am not a boogaloo boy. I have seen some boogaloo boys, but I am not myself a boogaloo boy. Unless there's like is there a weeb version of boogaloo boy? I might be one of those. I might be a weebaloo boy or whatever you want to label it there. Oh my goodness. Weebaloo boy. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was coming. Thank you. Thank you very much, Stu. Monster is the big sleeper on this list. Whenever Monster finally comes out on Netflix, this is like the first time that Monster has been like available since 2002, maybe? Like I think it's been longer since Monster has been legally available to North America than it was for the Evangelion when Evangelion finally popped up on Netflix because it was in all that IP hell. That was only from like 2007 to a couple, what was it, 3 years ago? And then like Monster's been a long time. Been a long time. Been a long time. So I'm very excited for this one. Monster is a very, very good movie about the results of actions we take in order to do the right thing. Name's Gemini. Gemini. So it just doesn't sound as good. I can't say it without going into an accent either, so I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I'll give you that accent or I won't. Alrighty. Time for a new segment on the show. This is a new segment for Blaine's Escape Corner. This is the segment of what's with this plot? we've had a couple little run-ins with anime that have some odd plots. Ones where you're like, huh, okay. Like a couple of Cuckoos has a pretty funny plot description. My stepsister's my ex is pretty funny. There's a few plots that are kind of convoluted, kind of odd. And then I read this one and I was like, huh. Because it's like title-wise, like we got a light novel, so they put it all in there. I kissed my girlfriend's little sister, ? Light novel series ends in 4th volume in September. Eromanga Sensei. Eromanga Sensei would be on that list, but no. A little different. So I read the title and I'm like, okay, yeah, I kissed my girlfriend's little sister. It's going to be a weird sort of love triangle story. We're going to get guy's got a girlfriend, but then the little sister will either be coming on to him or it'll be a super happenstance kind of thing. It'll be a little blah, 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 blah. How old is that little sister? The answer determines if you need to start up the rotors. I think everybody is in high school, so I think everyone is age appropriate to each other. Now, should an adult be writing about this? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But girl gonna NTR her sister. Just wait. Just like think about this. Think about this title. Think about what's going through your head as far as like what is this plot going to be. All right, the author confirmed it's gonna, because this whole article is about how it ends in a 4th volume. So it's a real short one apparently. If you want to read it, done. But if you don't want to read it, where's my buddy at? Boom. Tequila Gundam. He liked tequila. He liked the Gundam. Spoiler Gundam! Tentai Books is publishing the light novel series in English, and it describes the first volume. So, Spoiler Gundam for volume 1 of I Kissed My Girlfriend's Little Sister. Oh, tequila! My girlfriend's younger twin sister has somehow become my new stepsister. I'll let that sink in. One is younger by a few minutes. Woohoo! I'm going to pretend that you wrote that before I read that. Because, yes, it is a younger twin sister. So the girls are similar. Now, I know what you're thinking. If the younger twin sister becomes the new stepsister, wouldn't the girlfriend also become the stepsister? And we have another, my girlfriend, or my new stepsister is my ex? Is that what we're working towards? No! Just wait. You sound really nervous right now, but you're just so adorable, bro. It's been a month since I've started dating Haruka, my first ever girlfriend. We even finally reached first base today, holding hands. You know, first base, when I played baseball, was a little different than holding hands. It was a little different. What a bad boyfriend you are to think you're daydreaming about your little sister while you're holding hands with your girlfriend of all people. My girlfriend confused with her twin sister, so I fucked the dad. Well, there's only one way out of this predicament. Oh. Today's also special for a different reason. My dad's getting remarried, which means I get a new stepsister. Her name is Shigure, and she's pretty much the spitting image of Haruka. That's no surprise, though, given that she's actually Haruka's long-lost twin sister! Due to family circumstances, they were split up at birth! It's okay, bro. This line. It's okay, bro. I look exactly like Sis does, right down to, well, you know. I don't blame you at all. Her presence adds a new, twisted form of love that dangles itself into our protagonist's passionate love life. He can't possibly tell his girlfriend what's been going on. Be sure to check out this saucy rom-com with a raunchy and rather needy stepsister. That's a volume 1. That is volume 1 description. Thank you, Spoiler Gundam. Okay. Riku Misora, also writer of Chivalry of a Failed Knight and High School Prodigies have it easy even in another world. Light novel series have both inspired television anime adaptations. Soul Press, blah blah blah. Wait, he gets with the maybe he gets with the mom. All right, we're Spoiler Gundam's going away. We've all heard it now. Oh, just wait for the mom to become pregnant with Bro's kid and then it's twins. Oh, I am so glad that the thought process of the wait, I'm muted? No one muted? I'm not muted. You're muted. The thought process I went through while reading that is the same thought process that other people went through while I read that to them. This is anime. It could be the mom and sister. Oh, man. No one muted me for this trash light novel. Well, you know what? This trash light novel's done. It's got 4 episodes, and it's probably gonna turn into some kind of ecchi ONA. But who really cares at the end of the day there? My girlfriend's younger twin sister has somehow become my new stepsister. Both girls, the mom, the child of friend, the cat got struck by lightning and then turned into a busty milf. I'm sending this one out too. I'm in a tweety mood. I'm in a little birdie mood right now. I keep coming across these little bits and I want to share them with the stream so you guys get it first, but then I want to like let other people know that this stuff exists. Girlfriend, your twin sister, someone become my new stepsister. Oh, it's like somehow, like it just happens. Like, oh, whoops, crazy. What a weird world we live in. For some more normal news in the world, something to get people a little. Let's cleanse the palate, shall we? With little Hunter x Hunter. What are you doing, stepcat? Help, stepcat, I'm stuck. Oh. Sometimes when I go to drink liquid on stream, I feel like I take a drink. Like, remember like when Trump took a drink and he was like, and it was super weird. Sometimes I feel like that when there's like people watching me take a drink. I should just hide. I should just hide behind the picture here, and then I can take a drink over there, and then I won't feel that way anymore. I mean, Rubio? No, wasn't it Trump drinking the water from like the water bottle all funny? Does Rubio have a funny water thing too?
Japanese company.
Yeah, here we go. Trump drinking problem. Trump has awkward water moment. Here we go. We got to do this. Drink the water, little blade. Here we go.
Japanese companies have announced investments in the United States worth more than $8
He's getting parched. He's like, oh, when is this last line coming up?
Jobs.
I've got to take a drink. 1 minute. I got to find my drink.
I don't have water. That's okay. What? Oh, it's okay.
Oh, he found it. There it is. And then he cracks it open, the Fiji, so he doesn't lose it. And then, what? You're like, it's like when I take the drink and I'm like, whoa, like you gotta like throw it in. You also want to make fun of Rubio? Oh.
Investment.
Than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
Oh, hold on. This is a this is one. So it goes straight from Trump drinking water in a weird way
to the city of Da Nang
with his
in
old
Vietnam.
man mouth.
We can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
I mean, it sounds like. Okay, there's another water. Look at I did Trump water, and I get all of these. See, it's this weird thing where you're like, he's even making fun of somebody else drinking water. It's so good. I feel like he made fun of somebody drinking water so much that just became the way that he drinks water. Because like every time I grab a bottle like this, I like take off the cap and I'm like, all right, don't spill. You know how you don't spill? You get your mouth on the bottle before you ever tip it, and then you tip it. That way you know you're not going to spill. Because what would be worse? Me to drink water awkwardly, or to just sort of like dump it all over my chest like I'm a freaking Twitch thought. Like which would be worse at the end of the day? I say dumping juice on me like a Twitch thought would be worse. And I'm gonna go ahead and drink awkwardly. Chad, Trump. There's like another one though where he's like this. I swear there's like a two-handed water drink somewhere. So someone will have to find that online. Someone will find it. We'll be okay. Anyway, back to manga, because manga's hard. So Hunter x Hunter author has gotten more staff to speed up, blah blah blah, and he's like, by the way, I decided to hire more assistants. Here's why. It takes much more time to draw with a fine liner pen than a writing brush. Bro, just say you're old. Just say, I'm old and I want to get this done. I got a story to tell and I don't want to sit here drawing all day. Be a Geiga Chad and waterfall the bottle. Oof. Ooh, can I reach Geiga Chad status? Oh, that was terrifying. I don't know if I can be a Geiga Chad every time, but I can do it for you this time. Fans know that Togashi suffers from health problems, which is also the reason why Hunter x Hunter has taken numerous breaks. After Togashi recently started drawing, he was again facing health problems, which slowed down production of new chapters. The decision to hire more assistants will allow Togashi to devote more time to his health. Good. When you're making the manga for Hunter x Hunter, and you know where it's going, you know how the story will go, and you want to be a drawer, you want to be a part of it, be a drawer, be a part of it. But also, there's a lot of people that are really good at copying what you do, so use them and use their skills so that we can get your story done before you die. Get the Gatorade bottles that squirt when you squeeze it. Do you remember what was that one, Gatorade has that one bottle that like doesn't have a cap, it just squirts? You know, because some of them, like, you pop the little top and then you can, like, squirt it. But they have that one that, like, you can and just fountain them, like, so high. Gatorade water bottle. Well, that just the nipple. Yeah, the nipple one. This one, the green one. It's actually a official licensed Gatorade bottle. I mean, of course it is, but, like... Why is it only on this one weird hockey website? I don't want to share that. That looks weird. Walmart has it for $5. There you go, everybody. You can get it at Walmart. You can get that Gatorade bottle. The one with the weird squeezy bit. That way you can all be truly happy. All right, let's get into the waifus. Because what else is life about other than talking about anime? Well, there's lots of other stuff that we do in life, but anime is a fun thing to talk about, you see. Put the Gatorade nipple on a gallon of milk and you'll be the first to successfully chug it. What, can people not chug a gallon of milk? Is that a thing? I know that was a rumor, but... Hold on. Chug a gallon of milk. Milk chugging, or the gallon challenge, or milk challenge, is the sport is the sport of consuming a large amount of milk within a set time period. Although there are variations in procedure, the general parameters are that a person is given 60 minutes to drink 1 US gallon of whole milk without vomiting. An hour to drink a gallon of milk? A gallon milk jug is a common size in the container. Hold on. The first recorded occurrences of competitive... Hold on. Sorry. Waifu's gotta wait. We've got other milky things to ponder right now. The first recorded occurrence of competitive milk chugging date back to early 97. Berserk, 1997. Milk chugging. Same age. Where there are several explanations for the origins of the challenge. It certainly existed prior to that. However, American baseball pitcher Bill Lee mentioned the challenge in his autobiography, The Wrong Stuff, as one of the activities that relief pitchers used to pass the time in the bullpen as far back as the late 1960s. What? Gluttony is not a sport. I'll show you pop culture. A gallon of milk is almost 4 liters, right? Yeah, it would be 3.8 liters. 3.8 liters. Undoubtedly, the most highly publicized competition was one that featured in episode 5 of season 2 of the American TV series Jackass, where Dave England and Aaron McGahey, I don't know, were featured in a gallon challenge segment. Filmed in Portland, Oregon in 2000, contestants were to consume 1 gallon of milk in an hour. 5 liters? Jeez, no, it's not 5 liters. Don't do that. Consume 1 gallon of milk in an hour in a variety of flavors, resulted in each participant vomiting. In 1999, North Carolina legislators started a yearly milk drinking contest to promote the dairy industry. You drink 2 liters in 10 minutes? So you drink 2 liters in 10 minutes, wait 10 minutes, pee it out, and then drink 2 more liters. If it's from a nipple, then you'll do 5 liters. 5 liters. Your misspell means something very different. Milk chugging has gained popularity and a following in some countries, especially in the US. The fact that it is often presented as being impossible, as well as media coverage of the challenge, may have led to the appeal among high school and college students, as well as celebrities. Medical explanation. The human stomach capacity is around half a gallon. The primary difficulty in completing the challenge lies in the limited capacity of the stomach. Generally, the stomach can hold only a half gallon. Stretch receptors in the organs sense when it's reached its limit is triggered, triggering a vomit reflex that swiftly empties the stomach. Moreover, drinking a gallon of milk is more difficult than drinking a gallon of water. The fat and protein in milk inhibit the stomach from releasing its contents into the small intestine, forcing more of the liquid to remain in the stomach. In turn, the action of gastric acid and proteases in the stomach cause proteins in the milk to unravel and expand the liquid into a thick, semi-solid substance, further reducing the amount of fluid that can be held in the stomach without being regurgitated. It is often claimed the difficulty of retaining milk is related to lactose intolerance, the ability of many people to metabolize. Okay. Depends on the variety of flavors. Gotta do a constant drip of milk. Yeah, is it better to do a like slow drip? Like you have like a cup every, what would that be? A cup every 5 minutes? Or would you do a you know, like drink a lot real quick until you're full and then wait until you want some more? You drank a liter of chocolate milk before though, easy? Yeah, but your stomach is 1.9 liters, so you still had 0.9 liters left. Here are the rules. The contestant has 1 hour to drink 1 US gallon of milk. Specifications on the type of milk vary or unspecified. Should the contestant finish the gallon within the hour, they must retain the gallon for a set period. Okay. Like they must not vomit for the next hour. Should they retain a gallon, they win. Otherwise, if the contestant vomits prior to the set period of time passing, they lose. Although almost all cases, the challenge is set for 1 gallon. In some cases, a different amount is used, such as 6 US pints. Other variations of the challenge require that the contestants eat nothing during the hour of ingestion and specify the type of milk chosen must have at least a 2% fat content. Is there like a section on people who have completed it? Regular show, Jimmy Fallon. Did they do it? Did they win? I don't get it. You get the shits in 20 minutes. Even better. 2 liters of milk. You get the shits in 20 minutes. Once you're done with those, you throw down 2 more liters of milk. Easy. You'd have to check how much fat's in the milk you drink. Off to see the movies. Enjoy the movies! I love Dragon Ball! Go enjoy Dragon Ball. Let me know how it is. I hope you talk about it on Sunday because I still haven't seen it yet, and I just want to hear your thoughts. People that do body mods should change what comes out of their nips. How? 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 I don't think that's just a thing you say. I don't know that that can't be a real thing. Oh, by the time I'll finish, it would be yogurt. Yeah, let's just turn it into cheese while we're at it. All right, it's Waifu Wednesday. Let's get on with the list. Again, I say waifu, but they say female character charts. So don't assume that everyone here is potential wife material. The waifu wars are no longer a thing, I guess. Chisato still sitting on top. What is this? 2 weeks? 2 weeks at number 1? Or a 1 week repeat? I like the show. I like the character more and more. We're getting more and more like, well, who is she? Why is she? And it's just getting better and better. Nazuna from Call of the Night. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up for me. You know, right when we needed more people for her to interact with, to see a little bit more about her, we get it, and then it's like, okay, we get to see a little bit more about her. Let's keep going. Let's keep this up. Takina's an odd one for me. I feel like Takina's you like Albedo's spoiler more. You never puked for milk. Make me drink half a liter of water and I'll turn into a fountain. Ooh, gross. Gross. I'm not sure I like the speed at which Takina is growing as a character. I think it's a little too fast. But it's such a like hard thing to nail down. Like when does she open up? Why does she open up? I feel like in the show it feels very quick. But you know, we'll kind of see how it goes from there. 4% fat, I think that's whole milk, isn't it? Because it goes non-fat, 1%, 2%, 3%. I've never seen, and then like 4% are whole. So that definitely counts. Anyone caught up on Overlord? Nobody's caught up on Overlord. Nobody watches Overlord. Get out of here. I mean, Serrano's probably does, but it's the only one. He's the only one that probably watches Overlord. 3% milk, chats. Is there 3% milk in the world? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, it's 3.25. This one says whole milk is also 3%. Wait, no. Whole milk is 3.25% or greater. So yes, your 4% would also be whole milk, according to the American system at least. You're all caught up on Overlord. Well, congratulations, everybody. Is it good? Do you like it? It's one of those that like, what else came out during Overlord season 1? Hold on. Why did I not love Overlord? Let's find out. Browse. I'm gonna hide this for a minute. Overlord 2015. Summer 2015. All right, let's see. What was I watching? We call it half full milk, meaning it's only half the fat of what we call full milk. What in the world? Do you guys drink butter? What? I love, like, you know, you're making some whipping cream, so you have to get like some whole whipping cream, and you put it in, and you're like whipping it up, and it's like super thick, and then it gets all custardy, and you try a little bit, because you always want to try a little bit of whatever you're doing, where you're like, oh, that's so thick. You can have like a little bit, and that's about it. Jeez. That's your half full milk. Well, yeah, my assumption would be that you guys don't have like whole whipping cream, that you just have this whole milk that you actually is whipping cream to us. Whole milk has 8% fat. Yeah, that would be like our whipping cream basically. So looking at the list, during the summer of 2015, I would have been watching Charlotte. I quite enjoyed Charlotte. Prison School, of course. Shimonetta, because the boring world was great. Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super probably took all of my attention. Gate. Monster Musume, Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers, School Live. Wife is a student council president. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, there's a hefty amount in summer 2015 that I was quite enjoying, we'll say. Which would explain why I'd never really got super into Overlord. Gate. You'll buy the fattest milk. I need the fattest milk. Please, give it to me. I want to take the milk, and when I go to pour the milk, it's sort of like has like a drip as it comes out of the end. But it should still be called milk by some crazy person in the world. Oh. Yes, okay, so 2015 had me busy. Had me busy elsewhere. Back to this. Classroom of the Elite. Kei Karuizawa keeps getting topped, but how is Horikota above? Interesting to me. Because I'm pretty sure Karuizawa is the Garu character. Suzune is the long black-haired character. So we have your traditional Japanese preppy girl and your traditional Japanese Garu. So right now, preppy girl's top in Garu. This is, of course, the Annie Trends list, so we all know what they think of themselves. But we gotta say, +2 for Vermeil. She's in the top 6 according to a bunch of weirdos online. It's working. That's super crazy to me that she moved up too. Meanwhile, Chizuru stayed. Kate and Emilico from Shadow's House. Irido, okay. She dropped a ton. Summertime Rendering dropped. Kurumi dropped. Good. Kurumi's such a boring character. Just the, I'm too smart. I already know the thing. Oh, I didn't know about that. Well, tell me about this. They don't have the power to do this. Oh, it must have been them. Oh. Her character drives me nuts. You need more Gate and Ari Fueta type shows using modern weapons. Well, good news. If you like modern weapon shows, I think Yupote is getting a new manga chapter, if I remember. Yupote Anime News Network? Put him back in the dungeon. Vintage news. The manga Yupote returns for a third. Yeah, Yupote returns for a third year. Exactly. So there's more Yupote coming. Why is this in French? So if you like modern guns in anime, this is the manga for you. This is the anime for you. The Kefmeister blocked you. How will you ever get all of your HRT updates now? I'm just kind of waiting because it's one of those things where like I'm blocked too. Somebody uses a block bot. You are blocked. You can't follow or see. Ha ha ha. Oh, woe is me. Add it to your list, thanks. So before you thank me for Yupote, Yupote is about girls who are guns, not like oh, they put on gun-like aspects, or they carry the gun, or they're like a robot that wields the gun, or anything like that. Like, they just are the gun. Their pants will replicate the buttstock. The size of their magazine may correlate to other parts of them. Their precision or looseness may equate to other parts of their personality. They are the gun. So this is FNC. The FNC has a skeletonized stock. So of course she always gets teased for wearing a thong because it's a skeletonized butt stock, remember? The SIG is your top of the class. She is the class rep because SIGs are made by Swiss watchmakers, so they're very precise, very precision instruments. We, of course, have M16, who's from America, and she's got a very funny voice. Very good thing going there. And then L85, of course, the bullpup means she's shorter with a big hand guard, if you know what I mean. But yeah, more mangas coming back. And it's been apparently 3 years since it came out previously. So very excited. We got more Yupote on the rise. Why is everyone on tonight? All right, here's why everyone's on tonight. Because last night, somebody went on and DM'd Nick Ricada, and they were like, I bet you won't have me on. And then they went on. But this wasn't just anybody. This is this guy who will just go on and, like, to someone's face, know nothing about them, but tell them that they're awful in one thing that they witnessed. Like, they heard them say the word bad. They mean, oh, they must be bad if they said the word bad. And then we watched a 5-hour deconstruction of this human. And this isn't the guy's first time. Months ago, like almost half a year ago, this guy was debating Destiny, thinking that like Destiny was like abusive to his kid because Destiny did the his kid was trying to get him to do the Alt F4 trick, and he was like, oh, he was just playing along like, oh yeah, I've got the cheats, I've got them, and the kid's like, no, that's not supposed to be what it is. Like, yeah, oh, try Alt F3, and he closes out his game. And it's funny, but he used like this little clip and was like, Destiny's a child abuser. So this is a guy who just finds people, says they're awful in some one way or another, and they should be off the platform, and they're bad for this one thing I saw of them. Then goes on their stream and proceeds to not know a dang thing about anything, but also just have all of these pivots and shields and everything. And it's freaking hilarious. And that just gets when someone who wants somebody to not be online speaking gets just bodied by somebody else who's just like, no, you're just an idiot. It gets everybody jazzed up. That's why everybody's streaming tonight. Someone who donated to him left a hate. Yeah, he's literally talking with Nick, and then he's like, oh, he's trying to say this. Oh, okay, cool. Make sure we ban him. And it's just such a weird offhanded thing. It's like we have fun here, right? Like, we have fun doing some timeouts, because sometimes a good timeout is like a well-placed timeout. Perfection. It's beautiful. It's like a well-placed censor beep can be funnier than the actual swear word, right? Because your brain will be like, oh, what was that? Was it the worst one? Was it the middle one? What were they censoring there? You know, it kind of does that. So like a well-placed censor beep can be better than that. So we'll have some fun with timeouts, but no one ever gets knocked out of chat here. Nah, 6po? What's with that title? What's a 6po? Hold on. Search Google for 6po. Translated in Russian. I don't know what that means. Oh no, you diddly doodly. Oh, and Jimbo had a stream. Okay, so if we had Jimbo following that, then you also have Jimbo and the Keffels and the Kiwi farms and everybody exploding at the same. Like, it's all just coming together. Well, it was supposed to be Spo. I don't know. It's bro. What's with my title? What's wrong with my title? My title. In the middle of my stream, my title. Chainsaw Man. Why so many slaves in Isekai? Oh yeah, we'll get to that one too. It's as stupid as the people want to attack me for replying to Critical Drinker's tweet that RRR was a good movie. You asked a question to Critical Drinker. Yeah, No, the sometimes people can't deal with like questions, or they focus in on like one little thing, and it never ends up being like super helpful or super useful, and it just makes them look um just silly. Just makes them look silly. Alrighty. Anyway, so that's why everybody's on tonight. Did I find the type of manga I was looking for? No? No, we have to get we'll get to Chainsaw Man. We have one more thing to discuss before before we get to Chainsaw Man. And that's the second half of the title, because I like to go backwards. Super busy and needing more sleep. Never apologize for taking care of yourself. If you can take care of yourself, then you're all good. You ever need someone to talk anime with, you know where to find us. Oh yeah, you point something out and suddenly you're a nitpicker. Better than being a nitpicker, am I right? Yeah. Oh, dang it. Freaking ad block. Get out of here. Get out of here! I don't want your ads! You're talking to Peter. Oh, me. Oh, okay. If you want to add manga to your AniList. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I should, on AniList, update in the manga section. Because now I'm reading manga now. So we can put that in here. Chainsaw Man. And I can say add chapter progress, chapter 2. Save. Cool. Easy. You had some idiot assume you didn't know about BBCA. When I purposely didn't mention it because it wasn't a cable station? Are you from another part of the world where that's a news network? Ah, British Broadcasting Corporation of America. That would make more sense. That would make more sense. Let's go with that. Let's go with that instead of what I was thinking. Big Black Creators of America, of course. What else would I be thinking? All right. Let's get into this one and see. Let's see what this one's all about. Cause this one was front and center. This one parked right in my brain hole as I was scrolling around today. Why is slavery so prominent in isekai anime, and does it serve any real purpose? And I was like, so prominent? What are you talking about? So, Shield Hero. How not to summon a demon lord. Boobs, buns, and asses. Once the 4 nations were at peace. Oh my goodness. How not to summon a demon lord. Harem labyrinth in another world. I don't know. I don't know. That stops there for me. I don't know how many, like, maybe there's slaves in the isekai, right? Like there's an ancient world that has slavery in it, and that's part of it. But like this had me brain hole working. Much like most genres, isekai anime has several tropes and archetypes that it can't help but fall back on. One of these is slavery. Is it? You hate to agree with the premise, but ever since Shield Hero, every Isekai has slaves in it. Black Summoner, Dog Girl Labyrinth. Who didn't expect that to happen at some point? If you read Isekai light novels, there are really a few characters that start out Japanizing the underdeveloped Isekai. Then they realize they can buy a slave, and suddenly they have a slave harem. I'm not doubting that it's a thing, but it's just like... I know plenty where it's like a thing in the world, but then how many are where it's like the central concept, right? Like Shield Hero, it's a main component. How Not to Summon, it's a main component. Slave Harem or Harem Labyrinth, it's a main component, right? Others, it feels like they just kind of exist. It exists in that world, right? Most of these slaves are female. Given how that usually manifests, the idea is more than questionable. As dubious as it may be, the use of slavery in Isekai is meant, in some way, to develop the cast members in many anime. From equally contentious romances to the genre's typical status as a male power fantasy. And that links to Uncle from Another World. Okay. All right. Main character in Dore Elf is a legit demon lord, and he buys a slave, and it's very socially acceptable. He's not from another world. Okay. Makes sense. Socially acceptable. Why would he not? It's like a car, right? Like, if you're in a world where, like, that's just, like, a thing that everybody has, right? It's weird to then not have it. Like, if you meet someone and they don't have a car in America, you're like, how do you drive? Where do you go? Where do you go all day? Do you not leave the house? Why not? You know, it's just, it's sort of a strange thing. Oh no, are you buffering again, fan site? Poor thing. You do not have a car? How do you go place? You not go place? You live next to all place walkable? Like, you don't... where you are? Oh. It's no surprise that usually medieval-style isekai tend to have some member of its cast start out as Slavs. Examples of isekai where cast members are slaves. I love how much detail they put into Dog Girl's personality as opposed to the background characters. I love every still from Harem Labyrinth. It's so great. It's so great. Like, there's so much detail that you can pause any scene and take a still from it and post it. Neither do you? You don't? Friday you take the train to place, the long weekend? What? Didn't start slave. Yeah, I didn't start okay. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord didn't start the slavery, but it's still a central part of the show. It's not like without the slave callers, it wouldn't necessarily be the same show, right? You in an American suburb. Man site, no car. That's such a strange thought to me. Like, I feel like if I lived in, like, Tokyo or something, I wouldn't have a car because the train system works so well. But, like, even in, when I was visiting Boston, where, like, there's an okay transit system, it was still, like, you want to go here or here? Anywhere else? Cannot go. You know, it just seemed it's so limited around here. It's Labor Day weekends? What Labor Day weekend are you talking about? Are you whooshing my head? September 5th. That's Monday. Monday's Labor Day. You wish you could have a pet humanoid dog you treat her with gentleness and love. They're so cute in visual novels and anime. True. It would be fun. Kitty Bear. That's called a it's called the male power fantasy. One of the most notable isekai to have slavery as part of its premise is the controversial The Rising of the Shield Hero. The series follows a man named Naofumi, who's reincarnated into a fantasy world as a weapon-based hero. You literally said that on your stream. It's Labor Day weekend coming up. You say it at the beginning because I missed the first like 10 minutes of your stream. So if you said it at the beginning, I missed it. Paru, Flawed Man of God, also has very based streams. Hour and a half before I stream. At the end, okay, sorry. At the end where I was having to get ready for my stream, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna go do today? I'm gonna go an hour and a half instead of just my normal hour-long stream, so that you know, it just really runs right up to the end, and so Blaine's not paying attention as I'm saying my goodbyes. Thanks for the shout out. Of course, everyone can shout out. I don't have like a a system where you can shout your own selves out. I guess unless you're on a wrench. If you're a wrench, you could shout yourself out. But then you'd also have to wrench. Do you want that? Do you want that kind of power? Do you want the ability to time out Michael Deluge III? It's pretty fun, actually. Unfortunately for him, a series of mishaps see him despised and cast out by society. His fortunes begin to change for the better when he buys a Tanuki slave girl named Raftalia. She becomes a vital asset to his team, growing fond of him and relating due to their mutual mistreatment by others. Time me out, I always come back. That's the beauty of the timeout, right? You can say, haha, this is funny, I got rid of your speech. But then you come right back and you can say whatever you want. That's the beauty of the timeout. I think, was it 5 minutes? Is that how long it times out for? I always forget. But I love the timeouts. They're so funny. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Well, I guess it's not a shout out if I don't post the channel. Hold on. Flawed, where's your channel at? Here we go. Why don't you have a channel URL? Okay. I know you're like a boomer, Flawed, Stu, but you could at least give yourself your channel name. That makes it a little bit easier for people. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there's Flawed Man of God's YouTube URL. Go into the settings and customize and just click the button that says use my name. It says like use my name as my URL. Just click that button. You'll figure it out. Most instances of slavery in anime, though sexualized kind of lots, are really portrayed as unfortunate and a flaw of the world they're in, which is why it doesn't create a big stir. Yeah, and it usually is used to portray an entire like aspect of the area, because and I think it comes from sort of a pushback from a lot of the older, like, these are idealized medieval settings, and it's like, wait a minute, medieval settings were not great. So we have stuff like Seirei Gensoku, where you have just the absolute bottom pits of dredges of society that are like our main characters, and it's like, oh, okay, that, like, this is a medieval thing where people are throwing out their waste pans, you know, out their windows and stuff. So it's very not normalizing. It shows some of the crap that went on in a lot of those periods. The thin balance of our chat is falling apart. No, no! We must maintain balance. Beefcake? What are we talking about? You guys are crazy. I'm going to keep reading. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom is known for its fittingly realistic world building, with humanity's student being reborn and using his civics knowledge to help whip a kingdom back into shape. You know, that's the fact that we have the prince in Realist Hero was just funny. I don't know that humanities student with his civics knowledge is exactly how I would classify it. Realist Hero is a bad show, though. Realist Hero gets boring, but is that bad? Is it? Even Spice and Wolf and Trigun took an approach of realism. A lot of Isekai kind of glosses over the dark aspect of the Dark Ages. Exactly. And I feel like it's almost like those depictions of the Middle Ages are sort of a response to Berserk, right? You have like this really dark and grim medieval setting where everything is just like, oh man. And a lot of older like 80s and 90s anime were very, very dark and depressing with a lot of their messaging. A lot of them following the sort of Akira model of remember how bad the bomb was, think about how bad and depressing and evil humanity is, right? And there was sort of a real pushback against that turned into that 2000s, like everything is a harem, everything is sort of a rom-com, everything's got, like even our mecha shows have boobies, you know, like it's just this thing where it's like, let's have some fun, let's do this, it's gonna be great. Trying to recapture the bubble feeling really in their media. And so you had this sort of like turn where everything was getting a lot happier and a lot more fun. And like even stuff that was, oh, it's so dark, like Sword Art Online, people were like, oh, people who could die. Like, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't that dark. It's still very, very happy and upbeat overall. And then you've sort of had a re-push against that where it's like, okay, now let's get a little more realistic with our depictions. And so you see this sort of this sine wave of the way that media kind of goes back and forth with how it wants to portray societies at different times. You couldn't find any fruitcake for Christmas? Well, you've got time, I hope, unless you celebrate like a different Christmas than me. It's December 25th, Jesus' birthday. Boring shows are bad. I watch shows to be not bored. I said this while watching Smile of the Arsensoria. There's something, though, about a show that is... it's like, you're bored by the show. You're like, man, they built a road. Who freaking cares? But you're like, the concept of this civic redesign is so fascinating that they have to do something interesting. So you keep watching for this hope that something interesting happens as you watch it. Dragon Ruse, you're back. Our Scaly has returned. We now have balance in the chat. After reading Chainsaw Man, people saying pacing activates a PTSD response to me where I have to mention Chainsaw Man. We'll get to Chainsaw Man. We will get to Chainsaw Man. It is coming up. We'll put up our Pochita and our Spoiler Gundam, and we will get into Chainsaw. December 23rd, birthday of the Antichrist, according to your real mother. Oh no. Whose birthday is the 23rd? I don't know. The latest anime isekai adaptation to feature slavery in some capacity, is reincarnated as a sword. The series features a slave cat girl named Fran, whose life finally begins to turn around when she finds a mysterious sword. This weapon is actually what a man from another world has been reincarnated as, and he takes it upon himself to become Fran's master. That's my birthday. Oh no. 14 peeps, now 12. Sad. One furry is not enough. We need a furry to balance it out. Can it at least be a normal furry? Can we get one that's just into like ears and tails and not like suits? Can we get a non-suited furry? I'd be okay with that. These aren't the only isekai anime or anime in general feature slaves, but isekai has been noted more than any other genre for having slavery. Is it? Is it? Aren't there like years of fantasy anime that would have slavery in them? Given how criticized the isekai genre has become, many take it to task for elements that might also be present in other genres due to how ubiquitous those tend to be in isekai. Are you literally saying in an article about this? People hate isekai, so they make fun of isekai for stuff that's in other anime. Talking about dog girls before and you just petted a girl dog while taking out the trash? Checkmate, atheist. Nice. Nice. We only have boy dogs in my neighborhood. Goku and Vegeta are monster girls? Like monkeys? Oh, you say. Okay. I'll let your argument go. The slave deserved what she got. Probably. Who writes this stuff? This stuff is written by Timothy Donahue. Donahue. What a silly name. What a silly name. All right, we're almost through this, and then we can get to Chainsaw Man. More than any other anime genre, isekai is being made up of male power fantasies, with loser male protagonists being reborn in a world where everything comes easily to them. This includes success with the opposite sex, leading to an intersection with the harem genre, given how many beautiful women fall head over heels for the main hero. The ultimate fruition of such a fantasy could be that said women are incredibly vulnerable before the hero swoops in to save them from their lot in life. In that case, slavery would easily be one of the direst straits that a character could be in, making the hero seem like a great guy by bringing them out of the situation. Of course, this usually leads to the female characters falling for the male heroes, adding to the fantasy. Thanks for describing how all the shows work! When explained this way, the concept seems rather trite, shallow, and vulgar, and a cheap way to criticize the main character as good, while also leading to just as lazy romance. At the same time, the protagonists are outcasts in their own way, such as in The Rising of the Shield Hero. Their allying themselves with former slaves makes sense in the context of their fictional world, female or not. These slaves are on the bottom of the societal totem pole just like the main character, so it's logical that they would be the ones who form a team together. This way, isekai isn't a male power fantasy so much as a loser power fantasy. Got him! Oh, man. Showcasing a team of nobodies who take on the world that had rejected them. In solo leveling, things don't come easily. A woman does. Your double entendre had me giggling. Thank you, Paru. Of course, slavery isn't inherent in isekai, with stories that have a lesser focus on medieval settings usually eschewing the concept entirely. Moreover, with more isekai light novels, manga, and anime progressively being made, it's possible that the trope, along with the generic JRPG setting as a whole, will eventually start dying out. However, as it stands, it makes sense why this is such a controversial and disputable element, one that certainly isn't doing the isekai genre as a whole. Did you give any option as to what else they should do? Like, any idea as to what could be a different thing that they could do or show? I didn't hear anything in that article that was like, well, they do this, but they should do this instead. You saw that guy's vids too? Which guy? Which guy? Frieza's new black form is so cool. I'm the only one that saw the double entendre there. I don't think I'm the only one who saw the double entendre there. That time I got reincarnated as a plantation owner. Ooh, what am I gonna do now? I can't just upset the balance of life now, can I? I'll just sit back on my porch and drink this sweet, sweet tea. Oh my goodness. Just remember, everyone. Just remember. At the end of the day, my girlfriend's younger twin sister has somehow become my new stepsister. Just remember that at the end of the day. Oh goodness, that was that was a weird one. All right, let's get the crew on here. Come on, crew. How we? There we are. Alrighty. Is that I kissed my girlfriend's sister? Yes, it is! How did you know? It's only getting 4 volumes. Oh, we had a good laugh about that at the beginning of the stream, so I'll probably be cutting that out for a highlight in case you missed it. I'm begging for someone to click and ship my phrases. Yeah, come on. I know how the internet works. It's not about how much I say or how much we have fun around here. It's all about that one phrase that someone takes out of context and posts somewhere. And I was like, oh, look what this crazy idiot said. And then all of a sudden I explode. That's just how how the internet goes. You read light novels? I figured that. I figured with the manga, you also would probably into some light novels. And you read a review of it. That's the opening line from the official plot description from I forget who who's the publisher on that one? Who Tentai Books, which sounds a lot like hentai books if you ask me, but Tentai Books publishes it in English, and that's how they describe the first novel. I should get clipped and argue with Duncan Can't Die. Oh my goodness. If he thought it was frustrating to try to talk to a drunk, raging lawyer, just wait until he has to talk to a drunk, angry salesman, ex-salesman, I guess, who's really into anime and Japanese things. I have no idea what on earth he'd ever be like upset at me about, because he tends to find people that are, let's say, larger channels in order to clout shark off of them, in order to sort of shove his Weasley ass into their 5,000 viewer chat rooms, 6,000 viewer chat rooms, 10,000 viewer chat rooms, so that he can get his name out there. But if you ask me, he ends up looking like kind of adult at the end of the day. My house is 500K, get wrecked. I don't ever understand how your material assets are ever an indication of any sort of competence, right? Especially in this last year. How can anybody ever think that something that they own makes them bet, like, and when I say something you own, I'm not talking about like, oh, this was my great grandfather's like carving knife that he like taught me how, and blah, blah, like that's sentimental. You own that thing. I'm just talking about like you bought stocks and they got bigger, and then those big stocks also turned to small stocks again, because that's how the market will sometimes work. And you're like, oh, I've got a 8-figure investment portfolio, and it's like, oh, now my 8 figures have gone down to 6 figures. It's like none of that matters. A $500,000 house today is worth half tomorrow because the market collapsed, or it's worth double tomorrow. And you didn't do shit. Like, all you did was have it. Like, at the end of the day, that's the best way to build wealth, but you also can't use that as like, well, I was the smart one. It's like, no, you just had the resources to make an investment, and now you've got that investment. I don't get it. Duncan MacLeod will learn the meaning of there can be only one when they have finished eating themselves. Oh my goodness. If you thought that was funny, you recommend reading the description of I'm a stepmother, but my daughter is too cute. Can you? Oh my goodness. I need those. Because I thought this should be our new segment of weird anime plot descriptions. Can you message me those on Discord just so I don't lose it? Because those are hilarious. When I woke up, I had a husband and kids. My mortgage is $400 and I own a $500K house. That makes sense, right? The one way that it does make sense is if your house is worth $500K, but you put like 300 down from your last, or 400 down from like your last, like you sold a house for 400, and then you bought this $500,000 house, and then you only have $100,000 mortgage, right? Then your payments, but I think even $100,000 mortgage or $1,000 or $100,000 mortgage at 5% is still going to be $1,000 a month. So if you do have $400 as your mortgage, you're splitting that, which comes across as a bit of a cuck. So he might split his mortgage payments with his wife that he had on the phone. At which point now he's got an $800 mortgage, so that's closer to having that $100,000 mortgage that they own, you know, $400K in the house. But at the same time, if you're paying that much up front, why? All right, here is I spent, I don't know why I still have these guys up here. We'll get to this in a second. I spent 5 years as a real estate agent. I have owned a home for 10 years now. Put down as little as you need to in order to afford the monthly mortgage payments. If you have $300K and you find a $300,000 house and you want to buy that house and you buy that house for $300K, you now don't have $300K. What if your car breaks? What if something happens? What if something else goes wrong? You can get a home equity line of credit. You can get a mortgage. You can, because you own the house, you can get a mortgage against the house that you own, and then you would be making payments on that. But if you don't have to go through all of that hassle twice, you can just, you know, put as much down, put, you know, 10 or 20% down, 5, 10, 20 usually are, those are your 3 percentages that will get you different rates. Put as much down as you need to get a monthly payment that you can afford. Do as little as you can so that you retain more cash, because you can use that cash to go make more money. So there's a big thing in like debt theory where if I have 2 things I can put my money into. I have debt, so I have 10% loan on something, let's say. I can pay that off, or I can put my money towards a 20% return investment. I put my money towards the 20% return investment, and thus I'm making more, that 10% additional on that money than I would have been saving if I had put it all into the debt reduction. So it's a balance, but at the end of the day, I always say put as little down as possible. So if he did, that's a weird thing to do. A weird thing to do. Blaine's Financial Corner. Yep. I have had to borrow money in order to pay rent, and I have lent money to help others with rent. So I have seen both sides of that awful coin. So I feel like I have a pretty specific and broad way of going through it. Oh. What did Blaine's super chat say? Did I get a super chat? That's impossible. I don't get super chats. All right, let's turn these back on and let's talk about Chainsaw Man so that the numbers quit bouncing up and down. Tequila Gundam, you're here. You're here to protect us from spoilers. Pochita, you're here. You're here to let everyone know that we are talking about Chainsaw Man Chapter 2. The chapter that has led me to understand that other people aren't reading this and just looking at articles and other people saying, it's pretty good. It's got a lot of the same issues as chapter 1 did. Oh, you found my channel through a super chat to Ricada. Oh, yeah. I like to spread my knowledge from time to time. Yeah. literally just hey, I've got a channel. Where did I go? I want to pull it up so I can be looking at it while I talk about it. Like I said last time, I think the last 2 pages of chapter 1 should have been the first 2 pages of chapter 2. I really do think that we give the angelic figure pulling you out as a chapter 2 sort of thing. Let them sort of sit in that I've got a new power, but I'm still kind of in the dumps. Life hasn't really changed, even though I've got the new power, basically. I shilled my channel. Keep up the grift. Keep the grift up, King. Here's the reality is I used to spend days on a phone saying, hey, you want to buy or sell? Hey, you want to buy or sell? Hey, you want to buy or sell? No. Why did you call me? How did you get my number? Who are you? Never. You know, everything is like, I have tried to sell everything. You know, from Target with electronics and TVs. I've sold guns. I've sold houses. I've sold tea. I've sold all kinds of things. I'm not referring to Power when I say Power. I've not seen Power yet. Please do not spoil him about her. Okay, good. So there's nothing you can say to me as I'm trying to sell myself that someone's going to be like, hey, you blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't take it anymore. It's like, no, I go out there and I say, hey, here's me, here's what I'm doing, come say hi. 3% of any group is interested in buying today. You know, with the internet, it makes it less. The internet drops out to about 1%, but at the end of the day, you get 1% of people that come say hi, and if they like you, they'll like you. If they don't, they leave. That's just how the internet works. So it's fun. I'll be shilling my channel until I can't. They just released the new chapters. Ooh, exciting. I'm on chapter 2. Mattresses without the tag. That was one time, and I didn't know it was a federal law. Almost immediately we get into the sketchy, like, let's just get this drawing out of the way so we can move on to the next panel. We get panels that are kind of like weirdly sized for the page, some that go, you know, all the way to the end, others that are kind of tiny, others that box in a different way. Very just again, that same inconsistency of design. So again, we're in chapters 1 and 2 of Chainsaw Man. So we're in the beginning stages of the actual story coming out, being put together. It's not going to be there yet. So I'm trying to withhold judgment as it's a bad artist. And everybody says that's just how it is. That's sort of their style. Okay, it's probably just their style. We'll see. I have a feeling that they just haven't gotten into the groove of what they want this to look like, because you go from just real sketchy blank panels to hyper detailed scenes, like super hyper detailed scenes that are, you know, they're not quite like Mira in his later era has like super high detailed, lots of lines. I showed you guys Joe Ball's work a lot of the time, has a ton of line work. Like every inch of the page is covered with something, and when it's not, it's very important. You have like that's sort of like that's a 10 out of 10 line work piece. Some panels here with Chainsaw Man go all the way up to like 8 out of 10. They really jump up there as far as the line work goes, the amount of detail, to the point where they almost look like a photo that has had like a sketch filter applied to it or something. This is literally how everything he draws looks like. Okay, then it's just going to be his style, and I'm just going to have to get used to it. But also, again, I will point you to the fact that Mappa said his greatest gift is storytelling, not artwork. So it's in a weird sort of place for me where like One Punch Man is napkin work, and then the manga has been redone and it's a lot better, right? But like this, there's a lot of like, I feel like they just drew a sketch and then like their assistant just came through and put the ink on the sketch, and they didn't actually like refine a whole lot, or they forgot to erase like half of the lines, or it's like almost rotoscoped where it has like too many lines. You're like, why is that line even there? It doesn't really make sense. It's just so, it's not consistent, I think, is the hardest part for me, is that it goes from like, here's a ton of detail to here's no detail and a character that doesn't look like you finished drawing them. But very, very odd for me. Read Goodbye Airy. It's 200 pages in a one-shot. It'll get used to the style, if nothing else. Maybe. If it's the same style, I'm still gonna probably have issues with it. Again, it's new for this story, so it's going to get better. He makes good art, but being a great artist, making amazing shit inhumanly fast. Okay. Because you can see, like some of these pages, like page 28 here, is a bunch of sketches with the half, what is it called, halftones on it, and then like the next page has some really interesting, almost JC Staff style vertical lines across everybody's faces. It sort of gives them that extra little bit of like, this is sort of a serious matter now. Like we go from like a, we didn't really care about it page and we need to get to the next one, to a really interesting page overall. And it's just that, it's that back and forth that I think continues to throw me off. Like the embrace in chapter 1 that they go back to looks so well drawn. She looks so good. He looks like he's actually kind of like wore out. Like everything about him is kind of rough, and the jeans look good, but like everything about it looks so well done that you put that right next to some of the stuff from chapter 2 here, and it's like, oh, here's half a face with some halftones on it. And it just seems, it's like he's just trying to get to the next point, which again goes to that like really good storyteller thing. Because I like the story here. I like the way that this was done. It was obvious, I'll say, for the chapter 2 sort of reveal. It was a very like, yeah, of course this is where it goes. I will say too, it looks, there's a comic book that's in like every dentist office I've ever been in called Highlights, and they always have a hidden pictures. And there's a couple pages in chapter 2 that look like a Highlights hidden pictures. That's just so funny. Just so funny to me. Because it's kind of like a monstrous, gross picture, but it just reminds me of like a kid's magazine with the way the cross hatching and the sketch work is. And it's like, oh man, I'm wondering like, oh, can I find a needle? Can I find a magnifying glass? where's the toothbrush? There's got to be a toothbrush in that shoe. It's kind of a, it's just it feels like that, for sure. For sure. Again, some goofy face. We kind of knew how this one was gonna end. At the end of the day, the one thing I will say, from a storytelling point of view, that's sort of the why now? And again, I'm gonna say, Michael, Zoomers and millennials might have a little bit different taste in pacing, because the reveal at the end of chapter 2 of the of Pochita, I guess we'll say, is kind of like, why are we getting that now? Why are we hearing this now? How is this not like a later thing where it's like, oh, now we get to know this information? It seems like we're getting rushed in a lot of this early information. So we'll see. I just don't get it. What do you mean I don't get it? I can look at a thing and I can tell you a better arrangement of the story beats. I'm just telling you that the whole nose thing and the reveal. What's the info? The fact that oh, I guess we've got spoilers right now. So your best friend is still alive inside you. She has a good nose so she can tell. You smell like human and devil. And it's like, why is this info we're getting right now? Why is this info that comes here? It just seems like there's a bit of whiplash going on with, like, he's down in the dumps, and then he's got a new power, then he's got a thing, and then he's here. It's called no, that's not foreshadowing, you nerd. You're the nerd. Foreshadowing would be, I feel Pochita inside me, and then Pochita like emerges at some point, right? Like that would be foreshadowing. Saying he's still alive is sort of a giving away the ghost. That's Fortnite levels of foreshadowing. Read it faster? No, I won't, because this was released as a weekly. I'm going to read it daily and talk about each chapter and my thoughts after each chapter, because each chapter would have been written independently and released independently, and you would have had to wait for the next chapter to come out after you read each chapter. So that's how I'm going to read it. You Zoomer ding dong. I'm telling you that a reveal this early, assuming she's telling the truth, a reveal this early of the best friend being alive is yeah, we know. That's why it looks like his tail is coming out his ass, or out of his chest, and saws come out of him. He doesn't just sort of like have them, right? Like there's obviously that goes along with this. Hurry up and get to power so you can be more engaged. No, you will learn patience, my young Zoomer. Patience. Unlike all of your Fortnite kin. Waiting in a post-internet world? Impossible! Again, though, still, like, overall, a couple nitpicks about, like, the art, and a couple nitpicks about just the way the story reveals things that I feel like it shouldn't reveal yet. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think just ending with the "I like you" or "I like a boy named Denji." I think that's a cute way to end the chapter. And we'll see how it goes in the third chapter tomorrow, I suppose. I'll show you a Zoomer ding dong. Don't show me a Zoomer ding dong. That's not what I meant. I meant the Zoomer was a ding dong. Not that the Zoomer should be a ding dong. Not understanding how pacing works. All right. Friday, I want you to tell me how pacing works. And I will tell you about a time that I spent 15 minutes watching Charlton Heston eat food. And it was important and moving for the entire 15 minutes of the story. That's pacing. You want pacing? Go watch. Doesn't read the insult like a goober. You can call me a goober all you want. Watch the original Predator if you want pacing. That's pacing. This is... I want to make sure you keep reading it, so I'm going to tell you it's going to get better later. Oh, that thing you're worried about, I'm going to tell you about it right now. Like, this isn't pacing to, like, spew these facts and things at the very beginning when we're supposed to be sort of, like, like, give us a chapter to weep, right? Give us an episode to cry about Pochita. Not literally, but figuratively, you know, like, heart weeps. About the fact that Pochita's gone and that Pochita gave their life to help Chainsaw Man. Like, give us some time to, like, have to wrestle with that. Don't say, man, I miss Pochita. Don't worry, Pochita lives! Okay, thanks! You watched the original Predator just before you got in the chat? Then you know what I mean. That movie spends a long time before it actually shows you anything of a predatory nature. And it's amazing the whole time. You're like, oh, is it coming? Oh, is it here? Oh, is it there? If I want clever foreshadowing, then go watch Gravity Falls as this Chainsaw Man. Then it's not good pacing. Then storytelling will be fine, but I'm gonna complain about pacing and reveals of plot points. You can't be like, oh, it's got great pacing. It doesn't have great pacing. It's got bullet point pacing. This is amazing pacing. You what? What? Ow! How is this amazing pacing? Oh no! Everyone and their grandmothers talk. Oh, you're right. Oh no! Nobody tell Yellow Flash the term pacing because we're never gonna hear the end of it. You watched it movie as you said earlier because you got into a fight with a YouTuber over Prey. I enjoyed Prey. It wasn't like wow, greatest movie, but it was like, oh, it was competent. That was fun. Had a good time. Didn't think about it too hard, but it was good. Dog died, but now we get girl, so it's fine. Another point that I was contentious with. We should have a little sorrowful exiting the warehouse with like, my best friend's gone. What am I gonna do? What is this power? And then give people a week to like really ponder. Like, oh, what is it gonna be? And the next episode, here comes Mercy saving the child from the burning building. And then at the end of this one, it's more like, man, I really miss my best friend. And then it's like, oh, what's the girls you like, I guess, because I'm an awkward guy who's sitting here eating udon with you. And then maybe next episode we can get into like, where do his powers come from and is Pochita alive? Like that kind of thing, right? It's just very bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Chainsaw go brrrr! Eat the udon is also, I'm sorry, this is the silliest. Whoever drew this and then was like, yeah, that's good. And then, can I zoom in on this? Like, why is her mouth open too? Ah, and her eyes are closed. So like, what? She's like whipping him in the face with it. His neck is like broken around, and like it V's in on both ends. Oh, I can't even do that. That hurts my neck to to twist it like that. Just a goofer. Just a goofer. What's his deal with pace? I don't think Yellow Flash has a deal with pacing. I think if he hears the term pacing, we're never gonna hear the end of it. Oh man. He's just I'm just making fun of the Flash or making fun of the fact that Flash will just like hear a thing and then just keep repeating it. Like if Tug or RGE say something, then Flash will just keep repeating those points for like the next week and a half or so. He claimed Prey wasn't woke, giving facts from the original movie. Those facts were 100% lies. So you asked why he believed his reviews and points that Prey wasn't woke. Prey was woke, but it wasn't that bad. So yeah, I mean, Prey is as woke as like Pocahontas, right? Like it does an okay job at balancing the fact that she couldn't do something with the fact that a bunch of other Indians did a lot of damage to the Predator before she even really got to fighting it. And then because she's so weak, it ignored her enough that she was able to lay enough traps to get it. Like it works. But it's like, I think the issue is that it's like, as soon as plot convenience gets attached to a female character nowadays, it comes across as woke because people see them as like not failing. They see them as Mary Sue's. And like, at least with Prey, she did fail and she was sucking for a while. You know, I have issues with it, but I think in order to call something woke or not woke, you need to like it needs to stand on its own feet. It felt to me much more like Predator 2 than it did Predator 1. So even though it's in the jungle, you have the if it bleeds, we can kill it. It just felt much more like Predator 2 with the fact that like Danny Glover is like not a bulky dude who's going to fight the Predator and he has to figure out how to defeat it. Like it just felt like that. And I think that's what made the callback to Predator 2 meaningful when we watched it. I thought it was kind of cool because of that. So it I don't know. It's woke because men are bad and dumb the whole movie. Her brother's not bad and dumb the whole movie. Her brother is kicking ass the whole movie. Up until he can't kick no ass no more. She's literally the dumb one, like in the beginning of the movie. She's like, I can do it, and then she gets her ass handed to her by the mountain lion. I don't know. I don't see a lot of this stuff that same way. But we'll figure it out. She's done the entire movie, but so is every other guy the entire time. How is her brother dumb? Like in what way? Like now you've got something else to bring up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Friday. Because like he doesn't seem dumb. He seems like protective. He seems strong and capable. Like he seems fine. When is he dumb? I just don't see that. Haven't watched it. From what you heard, media was blowing up smoke up its own ass, and YouTubers took the bait. When it came out, it subverted their low expectations. It's fine. It's just like the other problem I have with people who don't like Prey or who say that Prey is woke or anything like that. It's like, you know, the Predators exist, right? The Predator, that movie, it happened. You know that like the Predalien exists. You know that AVP is like a series, and you're gonna call this one bad and dumb. Like Predator's been dumb for a long time, so let's not think that it's some mighty bastion of awesomeness or anything like that. Oh, you're just okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, anyway, good Josh, good Josh there. Your only really complaint is that she doesn't learn shit by the end of the movie, and I think she should have learned a lesson by the end. Yeah, Oh, 100%. I think if they're I think they try, and like here's the thing that might suck too, is on the cutting room floor could be a scene or series of scenes where she learns not to run headlong into things, because every time she does, she ends up on her ass with a mountain lion about to kill her, right? Like, we see her running headlong into things. So if she goes from running headlong into things to having to be a little more like creative with how she does things, then I think it's probably sitting on the cutting room floor even. So I think we'd have a lot different of a movie at the end of the day if that's sort of the take that we get. I haven't seen it. Kind of scared to watch it. You watched one episode of She-Hulk, kind of double up your antidepressants for 4 days. Prey will not make you put on antidepressants. Prey literally made me want to watch Predator and Predator 2. So it's good. It's exactly what it should be for any form of sequel. Prequel? Hard to hard to say, actually. She-Hulk, on the other hand, is, if it was just the CG problem, I'd still not watch it. Straight up not watching She-Hulk. The non-brother men are comically incompetent. Yes, they are. That fight scene between them and the Predator, I like that they get some hits in, but they get bodied by the Predator. It's like, oh, we're a bunch of natives fighting an invisible creature. What if we just attacked? And it was like, what are you thinking? Haven't watched Prey yet. Thanks for ruining it, guys. Don't worry, we haven't ruined it yet. Everything we've said is in the trailer. Anyway, you'll thank me later. She-Hulk is most disappointing thing since your son. Oh, why do we keep using CG to make our Hulk monsters? Why can't we just use a giant bodybuilder and paint them green like we used to back in the 80s? Let's see. Who's body, find a female bodybuilder. Who's a current female bodybuilder who's like huge? Tallest, maybe? Tallest female bodybuilder. It can't be that disappointing because you don't believe anyone expected to be good after the first trailer. You haven't seen the trailer either. Oh, okay. Maria Wattel is a 41-year-old bodybuilder and personal trainer. She is 182 centimeters. So she is she's almost 6 foot. Not that tall. At the end of the day, I guess. Maybe just get a bunch of short actors around her. Like this. Here. Here we go. Why don't we just use this chick and paint her green? This is Maria Wattel, the tallest female bodybuilder. Look at her, like, is this her next to someone else? I don't know. But, like, she's tall. She's really huge. And she's, like, wide with all of her supplements, we'll say. Like, why don't we just take her and paint her green? And then use some camera trickery to make sure that she looks extra tall in all the scenes. The only woman tall enough to be She-Hulk is that British bird from Game of Thrones. Yeah, use the Tom Cruise camera angles. That's exactly right, Kitty Bear. Tall Game of Thrones actors. Who's Gwendolyn Christie. Gwendolyn Christie is not a Hulk. She's going to need a lot of time in the gym and a lot of supplements before she's Hulk-sized. Tall she is. No booba. Next one? Next one. There's another one? Gwendolyn Christie's apparently 6'3". Ten tallest actors ranked. Dumbass trooper from Disney Star. You're about to describe body horror of how you would make a real nipple that squirts any liquid you save from. Don't talk about that. Sophia Turner's 5'9". These people aren't that tall at the end of the day. I'm sure we can find a tall, buff chick who we can make look taller. And it'll probably be cheaper than all that CG at the end of the day. Just spray her with some green spray paint. You had to walk to the break room to go pick up your phone. What about the actress that played Bobby on The Expanse? She did the workout. Bobby on The Expanse. Let's see. Bobby Draper. Actress. Frankie Adams. How tall you is, Frankie? She's 5'11". She's 5'11". She'd have to be willing to hit the gym. See, that's why you got to find a bodybuilder. Is like bodybuilders already have all of the supplements. So it's not really that big of a deal for them to get a little bit bigger in the shoulder to make it look a bit more like they're a Hulk, right? Whereas like these actresses would all need to like go on to some form of supplements in order to make sure they could actually look the part. Make it work, but it would be wild. You wouldn't be able to call the Gatorade nipples when you're done filling her up with Gatorade. Ah! Oh my goodness! Oh, stretches. All right, stretch it out, everybody. Stretch it out. That's all the stories I have for today. You need to find a tall, muscular woman, and she needs to be able to act. You probably have a better chance getting a perfect 4 shiny legendary Pokemon. All she has to be able to do is, like, look good on stage. Like, you watch some of those old, like, She-Hulk comics, and it's like she just, like, the She-Hulk parades around and punches things and acts cool. You saw steroids will do wonders for you. Supplements are pretty cool. But you got to be willing to take them. Not for IV, like intravenous. If you put a male nipple on a female booba, it would be okay to be shown. Oh my goodness. Your monster girl obsession started as a slight body horror obsession. Okay. Just walked into here me talking about working out. Yes. Talking about working out and getting an actress to play She-Hulk instead of a CG monster. She needs charisma. Looking good isn't enough. On screen, like, do you have charisma when you're a Hulk? I guess. But, like, isn't that part of the lines? Impossible. Impossible. That's impossible. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, just finishing up coordination. 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. I will be on the Anime Guy, Brandon the Anime Guy's channel. Tune in for a update on the current season of anime. I think that's all I'm doing. I think that's all I said. One second. Summer season catch up. That's what we're talking about. Catching up on the. Oh, goodness, a yawn already. Shiny is 18164, and perfect IVs are like 1 out of 31 each, and there are 6 of them. Will I even be awake at that time? Sure. I have a thing I have to do. I have a meeting. I have a we'll say Ricada adjacent thing tomorrow, so I have to be up anyway. That will be fun. Woohoo. Here's a line you want to hear She-Hulk say on the show. Ow, no, my clothes are ripping apart. Showrunner, are we getting more viewers now? I want to see She-Hulk on Twitch. That would be funny to me. That's not how that math works, Michael. Why would it be power of 6? And wouldn't it be 1 over all of that? And totally is, do not question it. I will question it. You just gave me a giant number. Wouldn't it be 1 over 8164 times 1 over 31? Yeah, 1 over all. Oh, now who's backpedaling on the math? Should I get more viewers if she starts doing hot tub streams? Oh my goodness, if they do a hot tub stream episode of She-Hulk, that would be so funny. That would be so funny. I don't know. You guys forget that we had a giant play the Hulk previously? That was a thing that existed in the world. Lou Ferrigno, bodybuilder extraordinaire, was the Hulk. He's only 6'5". Never give me the eyes. No. Wait, if you want to catch a single, if you wanted to catch one perfect IV shiny, it'd be 1 over 8164 times 1 over 31, and that'd be just 1. And then if you wanted to catch another one, it'd be another set of that. So it'd be whatever that one is times that again, to get it again. But those are just your chances of throwing it once, right? How does a suit she wears not rip in the trailer and still looks like it fits when back to normal? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't really. Kotobuki, a Bishojo Hulk. See, that's a good looking Hulk. Open image in new tab. Look at this. Look at what we used to have. We used to have just a giant, massive dude who we painted green. And we're like, all right, bro, you're the Hulk. And he'd run around in his tore up shorts throwing shit. Now we have big CG monster thing. Big dude. CG monster. You decide which one's the better Hulk. There's 6 IVs that can... What? Why is Pokemon so dumb? You're going CGI? You're going CGI? Goodness, I'm a real boy. Lou Ferrigno. Yes, that is his name. That is the 6'5" bodybuilder who we painted green to call him the Hulk. All right, hold on. So chance of catching what is it? Shiny perfect IV Pokemon. Da, 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 da. Because also this assumes that even there are IVs can range randomly from 0 to 31. That kind of assumes that they have an even distribution, though. I will say that. Also, chances of randomly finding a shiny is 1 in 4,096. Get your math right. What's wrong with you? 1 in 25 to get the one you want. For ability, most Pokemon have 2 different abilities, so chances are 1/2. One in 2 quadrillionths. To clarify, oh, here we go. Let me just put this up. Let me just post this up. It was 8164 up to Gen 6. Oh, Pokemon, meh. Whatever all this other bullshit is. 1 in 2 quadrillionths chance. To clarify, you are as likely to be robbed in New York City at exactly 12 o'clock noon on New Year's Day by a pickpocket named Michael at the top of the Empire State Building, and then witness the same pickpocket struck by a freak bolt of lightning at 12:01 as you are to encounter a perfect shiny wild Pokemon. That's really funny. Netflix just announced an episode dump for Stone Ocean. That explains why Stone Ocean is in the trending tab on Twitter. I guess. I mean, I assume that's why it's over there. Why else would it be in my trending tab if it wasn't to do with anime? She-Hulk looks worse because it's poorly made and it's harder to make something that looks real. Like a real person. And the site you use should get a few more episodes soon. Well, isn't that nifty? Yeah, hashtag Stone Ocean. She comes back tomorrow! 3 hours! Stone Ocean in Times Square is... Oh, 1 day left for Stone Ocean. 4 hours. Wow, look at all these people. They are counting it down. Counting it down for sure. People love that Stony Ocean. I get it. It's fun. I love me JoJo. Only 1 minute of the year are you dangerous, and then the next minute you're dead. You're fried by a lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Viz announced the tankobon of Stone Ocean. That's exciting. Oh my goodness. All right. If I'm going to be there tomorrow, I need to call it. Like I said, I've got Ricada adjacent things that I need to do tomorrow. So I have to take care of that in the morning, and then I've got Brandon's stream. Have I said I have the power of God and animi? anime on my side yet? No? Not yet. I might later. We'll figure it out. Later. You can actually use a real person as a model for CG and turn them green. Yeah. That always looks weird when they move, though. I don't know why. I don't know why it just looks kind of funky whenever they move. Anyway, thank you, one. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Flawed Man of God, it's crazy to see you still here. How could you stand this kind of degeneracy? I guess Christ sat with sinners as well, but good on you. Good on you. Imagine not knowing who Bon Clay is and not respecting him. But what the heck are we talking about? Why? I'm trying to say goodbye. I'm trying to say goodbye and good night. Some One Piece crap. Get out of here. Get out of here. I got other stuff to do. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your night, your evening. I will see you tomorrow. I will see you bright and early if you want to tune in to Brandon the Anime Guy's channel. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be talking about the current anime season and what's good and what you need to catch up on. And then tomorrow night will be a Throwback Thursday. I've got some fun stuff to go over. It's a little older actually, so we'll have some fun there. I will catch you all then, and then after that comes our fun time Friday. So everyone, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Kampai.